Hi, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon. Not sure where you're located. If you're just getting your Monday started or already diving in, excited that you're here with us today. Would love to, while we wait for others to join, if you want to just drop in the chat where you're calling in from, maybe share a bit about whether you're new to private practice, already established. Would love to just get to know each other a bit more in the chat.
New Orleans. Love to see it. That's awesome. Thanks for
Ah,
joining us.
hope you're getting ready for the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Michigan, LA, California,
Awesome.
from everywhere. That's awesome.
Some Florida, amazing.
Montana, absolutely gorgeous.
Welcome, everyone. For those who keep trickling in here, we'll get started shortly. Everyone's just throwing in the chat where they're from, and if they're new to private practice, just getting started, would love a pulse as to where everyone's at currently. Awesome. We love to see some new practice starters here today. Very exciting. Getting your New Year goals already set up in January. Love to see that.
Oh, graduated in fall. Congratulations. Last month as well. That's awesome.
8 inches of snow. Oh my gosh. Awesome.
Give everyone a few more minutes.
If you're a West Coaster, give you another minute to grab a coffee. I know it's early. Awesome. We'll go ahead and get things started here. Welcome, everyone, and thank you for joining us for today's session. We're going to go through how Headway works for therapy. During our time together, we'll pull back the curtain on how our platform powers providers like you wherever you are in your practice journey, so you can get the most out of our features and resources. I know we have a mix of tenured practice goers and some new folks new to private practice, so great mix here.
Yeah, first I'd love to cover a few logistics. During today's session, we'll cover how Headway helps therapists like you simplify your practice with insurance. We'll then move into a live demo of our free platform features specific to your own practice as well. And then we'll spend the rest of our time together in a live Q&A so you can have all of those questions answered. A few other logistics. We'll send you both the slides and the recording by early next week so you don't have to take down every note. This webinar is scheduled to go on for an hour. We will leave about 15 to 20 minutes for the Q&A. On the bottom bar of this Zoom webinar, you'll see a Q&A icon where we encourage you leave your questions throughout today's session. We're also going to pause the use of chat during this presentation to enable better focus. Again, the Q&A will remain open for any questions you'd like to be covered during that Q&A section. A few Headway team members are standing by to answer all of those questions as well. And finally, you'll see resources, the resources button on the bottom. There are links to a few helpful resources that accompany today's presentation. There's also a link to a survey that should take about 3 to 4 minutes for your feedback. It'll help Headway improve our future webinars as well.
Awesome. Well, it's so great to meet all of you. To introduce myself today, my name's Callie McCormick. I'm a senior practice consultant here at Headway. I'm based out of Philadelphia. Go Birds. I didn't see any other Philly folks in the chat, but excited for the Super Bowl. I've been with Headway onboarding providers to help them achieve their practice goals since 2023, and I actually started my healthcare career in insurance billing and collections. So I've really seen every side of this industry. My background has really helped me equip the providers I work with the tools they need to be successful in private practice. Pass it to you, Bree.
Yeah, hi. I'm Bree Newman. I'm a senior provider growth partner here as well, based out of sunny Southern California. I did see a few of you are located in the same area. If you're familiar with Newport Beach, that's where I'm at. I've been with Headway for about 1.5 years now, supporting providers just like all of you to start or build their practice through insurance. My background has primarily been in helping others achieve their dreams, whether that's home ownership or through their very own business. Excited to be here today supporting all of you and taking the next steps for a successful year and onward. So, without further ado, let's get into our overview of Headway. We'll start by sharing our mission, our values, how Headway works, the resources we offer to support providers. Then we'll dive into how mental health provides you with better resources for your best practice with us. But to frame all of this, let's first discuss several issues facing mental health care today, some of which you're probably already familiar with. So our mission is to build a new mental health care system that everyone can access. Why? 1 in 4 Americans have treatable mental health conditions. Most don't get the care. A leading reason is cost. Meanwhile, 70% of therapists don't accept insurance because of the administrative burden. This means individuals generally have to pay out-of-pocket prices they just can't afford. And then there's health plans or payers that historically have not been able to see or quantify the impact of mental health care and what it offers, which has limited our focus on mental health coverage in general. All of this has led to a gap in how patients are able to find care. According to our most recent study of 2,000 patients actively receiving mental health care in the US, half of patients want to find their mental health provider from their PCP or from their insurance company, but the experience falls short. When we ask patients what channel they ultimately use to find their mental health provider, only 17% found one through an insurance directory, and only 16% found one through their medical doctor. Insurance is the make or break factor in other patient decisions as well. In another recent Headway study, more than half of patients told us that their top consideration for working with a provider was whether they accepted their insurance, prioritizing in-network care over factors like provider reviews, ratings, appointment availability, years of experience, all of those pieces. And when we asked patients why they would discontinue working with their provider, over a third of those patients said cost or insurance issues. Accepting insurance might be a new process for some providers, but our findings are clear. People want to find mental health care within their insurance network, and providers can meet them there. Now, from a therapist perspective, we understand the complexities of navigating insurance, especially on your own. First, there is the administration burden, managing paperwork and claims, time-consuming, it's overwhelming, it can take away from the value of client-facing time. And then there's limited support and lack of resources. Providers often find they lack the resources to really manage their insurance compliance and audits. Totally understandable. Thirdly, we understand you don't want to deal with the lower rates and payment delays. Lower reimbursement rates can reduce income potential, and payment delays or denied claims can cause financial uncertainty. We get it. All of these factors leave providers questioning whether managing insurance is really worth the effort. Now, let's flip the script for a moment, talk about the benefits of accepting insurance, right? So first, providers who accept insurance increase access to care. Cost and personal finances are becoming more of an issue for patients right now. More than 60% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. Meanwhile, private practice or private pay is becoming further and further away from what most people can afford. Accepting insurance reduces financial barriers for clients, making it possible for more individuals to access mental health care services. It allows providers to reach underserved populations, broadening their scope of care. We also know that clients with insurance are more likely to seek care, improving mental outcomes for those who would otherwise forgo treatment. Next, you can grow your client base and maximize your reach as well. So, accepting insurance helps you fill your calendar with clients searching for in-network providers by offering accessible service through insurance, making it easier for clients to find and book appointments with you. You'll also reduce client acquisition costs and time as insurance networks drive more clients to your practice, eliminating the need for excessive marketing efforts. You'll increase referrals from clients and insurance networks by being listed as an in-network provider, which enhances your visibility and credibility within both client and insurance databases. And accepting insurance expands visibility among diverse client groups by making your services accessible to a broader demographic that relies on insurance coverage for mental health care, increasing your reach within various communities. You can also improve client retention, so clients are more likely to commit to long-term care with insurance options since it makes mental health care more affordable and sustainable over time. Continuity of care leads to better treatment outcomes by allowing clients to remain consistent in therapy without financial interruptions. And insurance reduces the financial concerns, helping clients stay engaged in therapy by covering a portion of the costs, making it easier for them to prioritize their mental health. Finally, you can create a more balanced financial model for your practice by offering steady reimbursements for insurance, which supports both clients' affordability and practice sustainability. Insurance reduces the need to lower fees for clients who can't afford it and provides and maintains the rate while offering accessible care to clients who rely on insurance, ensuring affordability without compromising on price either. Now, indeed, insurance is the key that opens doors to care, and that's why Headway comes in. We're building the first and largest national network of mental health providers who accept insurance. And we want to help you build your best practices so you can focus on providing expert clinical care to your clients. So, how are we doing at solving these challenges in mental health care? We were founded in 2019 and have a long way to go. However, the process and early days of Headway has been incredible thanks to partnerships with so many providers in all 50 states and the District of Columbia. There are currently more than 48,000 providers credentialed through Headway, and every day that number grows. In 2024 alone, we welcomed 21,000 new providers to our platform, expanded our reach to include Medicare Advantage and Medicaid, making care more accessible for millions more Americans. In fact, Headway providers delivered more than 6 million hours of care last year alone. We reached another exciting milestone in 2024, over 1 million patients served. We especially are proud of the last figure because it really underlines the impact care our providers provide, just like you, in delivering clients at a price that's more accessible than ever. Behind the scenes, we're an organization of clinical provider growth, insurance partnerships, product, technology, and customer support teams who are all partnered to help you run and scale your practice with Headway. While New York City remains our headquarters, many of us now work for our recently opened San Francisco and Seattle hubs as well. Of note, our clinical team is made up of practicing clinicians who can relate to our provider network firsthand. They are intimately familiar with both the clinical and administrative sides of running a practice, from accepting insurance to managing patients and cases and everything in between. This enables them to be the best possible advocates for our providers in our community, as well as help bridge the gap in those health plans. We also have insurance partnerships teams. They're responsible for partnering with more than 50 health plans, including commercial, Medicare Advantage, and Medicaid to help our members find the right therapist or psychiatrist at a price that works for them. This year, we've added 20 plus new plan partners representing more than 20 million lives covered to expand our reach. We also have a product team who is building the best tools for our providers that need help with managing claims, notes, appointment schedules, patient communications, as well as verify coverage and more. And then last but not least, our provider growth team. Partners like myself work to expand Headway's community of therapists and psychiatrists. We work closely with our providers to understand their needs, introduce them to Headway, support them through the onboarding process, from helping them navigate our platform to equipping them with the tools to grow their practice. We aim to make the transition seamless by building strong relationships and ensuring providers have the resources that they need. We help them focus on what they do best, which is delivering exceptional care for those who need it.
Great, thanks so much, Bree. So what are our hundreds of employees focused on, and how does it all work? Headway is a three-sided marketplace that brings together clients, insurance companies, and providers to build a new mental health system. On the client side, we're focused on helping individuals find great care that they can afford. We help people find the right provider for them, one that takes their insurance, specializes in the care they need, and is open to virtual and/or in-person care if they prefer. We provide a cost estimate based on their insurance at the time of booking the appointment. And when they're ready, clients can book their session right on Headway. On the insurance side, we have a team of people whose full-time job is to work with the largest national payers and one specific to your state to negotiate the best rates for you. Prior to Headway, if you wanted to get credentialed with insurance, you would have to go to each company individually, figure out how to submit interest to them, and hope for decent rates. Some of you, it sounds like, have probably already done this. At Headway, we take care of all of this for you in the background, so there's one less piece of administrative overhead for you. We then help providers like you get credentialed with the insurance plans we partner with. A process we've expedited from 4 months, the standard without Headway, to as little as 30 days. That means you can start seeing clients faster. Plus, since we're active in all 50 states, you're also able to get credentialed in multiple states. For example, if you're fully licensed in both California and Arizona, we can credential you in both. And because we are the nation's largest network of mental health providers accepting insurance, our payer partnership team is able to secure enhanced rates for you. To give you a little more background on how we secure those rates and how Headway makes money, during negotiations with health plans, Headway demonstrates how our provider network reflects the needs of that health plan, including providers' availability, how quickly patients can get to care, quality of care, or network size. Once we've negotiated for enhanced rates, our teams look at those rates and compare them to the rest of the market, then prioritizes paying providers competitively. From there, our team determines how much Headway is able to keep on each session, if anything. This, of course, varies across health plans and billing codes. We don't keep the same amount across the board. This small portion of payment kept on eligible sessions allows us to keep Headway free of membership fees for patients and providers, while still being able to sustain our business. So thanks to our integrated partnerships, you can focus on providing quality care to your clients and leave the details all to us. Another benefit of being a Headway provider is access to education and growth opportunities. More than 15,000 providers access these opportunities in 2024 alone, and we're adding more courses every month. On the continuing education front, we offer more than 100 CE CME courses. These courses are available through PESI and Violet and would normally be valued at over $2,000. We offer them to Headway providers for free. Topics include digital practice ethics, mental health documentation, and more. We also offer clinical office hours on a weekly basis. Providers have direct access to our clinical team for guidance on everything from practice management to documentation standards. Providers can also access monthly webinars featuring a wide range of clinical topics. And finally, we offer Headway Academy, an interactive educational resource that supports Headway providers. In 2024, we introduced 36 new courses for providers. We also created end-to-end documentation templates for providers to easily create and submit fully compliant and detailed progress notes, intakes forms, and treatment plans. Our vision is to help you build your best practice, one that you own and run with no appointment requirements imposed. So we've shared the big picture of how Headway is working to create a new mental health care system that everyone can access. Now I want to dive a bit deeper right into the specific programs and tools for you. Our goal is to be a core partner to you and help you build your best practice. We appreciate how much work goes into effectively running a private practice, so we're continually to evolve the provider experience at Headway to help you manage your practice all in one place. And we really aim to do this in three ways. First, by helping you simplify insurance, then increasing your earning potential, and lastly, building a connected practice. I'm going to dive a bit deeper into each of these areas. First, we help you with simplifying insurance, our bread and butter. With streamlined credentialing and precise eligibility checks, you can enjoy the benefits of accepting insurance without the stress and get the support you can count on to practice in-network with confidence. You will also save time on your entire workflow with a single platform that allows you to easily submit, track, and manage multiple claims from one place. We also offer ease of use with paperwork related admin like CAQH and benefits eligibility checks, to name a few. We take care of things on the back end so you don't have to think or worry about when a claim or payment is going through. Plus, with Headway, you're also ensured compliance from day one and can stay ahead of audits with a collection of provider-approved resources, curated templates, and expert guidance. Next, we help you increase your earning potential with a partner you can rely on. Headway helps you find stability in your practice with predictable biweekly pay at enhanced rates with the largest insurance network, so you can focus less on bookkeeping and more on providing the best quality care. To help you do this, we continually roll out new features and benefits. For example, we recently rolled out multi-state credentialing, which if you have licenses in multiple states, it's an easy way for you to consolidate your practice onto one platform while expanding your reach to even more clients across the nation. On this front, we've recently made an exciting announcement. We're expanding to serve those covered by Medicare Advantage and Medicaid and partnering with more commercial plans. You'll hear more details on next steps and timing soon. But as of now, we plan to work with even more Medicare Advantage plans nationally by the end of this year, and we'll begin supporting Medicaid plans in 2025. With the addition of Medicare Advantage and Medicaid plans, Headway will cover more insurance plans than anyone else, making it possible for millions more of Americans to be eligible for care through Headway. We also help you increase your potential by enriching your expertise and nurturing your long-term professional goals with access to expert clinician resources and complimentary continuing education courses. To help meet your continuing education requirements, we offer exclusive access to a diverse library of over 150 free CE courses through our partnerships with Pessy and Violet. And we've also recently introduced a pilot test of our peer clinical consultation groups. These peer groups have helped providers cultivate community through collaboration with other providers and allowed providers to navigate common obstacles to provider wellness, like burnout and isolation that can often occur when you're starting out on your own. Finally, we're focused on helping you build a connected practice with a complementary, convenient, and compliant suite of streamlined electronic health record, or EHR features that pair automation with autonomy. Get everything you need to run your most efficient practice on a single platform and enjoy the added efficiency of real-time booking, calendar syncing, secure messaging, end-to-end documentation, and built-in assessments at no cost to use. With access to our ever-growing suite of free EHR features, we hope to make managing your day-to-day and the client journey easier. Of course, do want to note here, it's not a replacement. If you have your own EHR, there's ways that we can work with you to make this still extremely streamlined for you.
All right, that was a lot of great information. So let's take a brief 1-minute break here. Feel free to grab a sip of water, stand up, stretch, rest your eyes for a moment. Now will be also a great time to drop some questions in the Q&A at the bottom of your Zoom screen. When we're ready, we'll dive into the next portion of today's presentation, our product demo by Callie. We'll see what these and other benefits and features look like in action as we move into that product demo.
Awesome. Can you see the EHR, Bree?
It looks amazing, yes.
Perfect. So This is Sigmund. This is Headway's in-house EHR system. I'm going to walk you through this. Of course, as Bree mentioned, following the webinar, there'll be an opportunity for you to dive deeper with a consultant like Bree or myself to go through this in more detail. Just want to give you a quick glance of how we help you build that connected practice. When you log into Sigmund, you're directed to our homepage. This is meant to be your working dashboard. You'll see any sessions in the past that maybe you need to confirm to get paid, anything on the client front that's outstanding that they need to provide to be ready for their session. You'll see any upcoming assessments that you need to review, as well as upcoming sessions, and easy access to our Learning Hub. If I start here on the Settings tab, you get to create a profile to be visible on Headway's marketplace. So anything that you would want a prospective client to know about you, you'll be able to build out here to attract that ideal patient for you based on your focus areas, treatment areas, approaches, basic style, and really build out your bio there. Under locations, you'll add your physical practice location here if you do have an office where you see patients. For telehealth appointments, we make it easy for you to embed your telehealth platform directly into Headway to be sent to your patient. For billing, you set your own cancellation policy on Headway. Your time is precious. We want to protect that. And down here, you'll link up your bank account so we can pay you direct deposit for really seamless payment. On your calendar, this is where you could indicate availability, where you'd be open to a new client referral through our marketplace. And we make this really integrated by giving you an option to link up and sync your Google or Outlook calendar to avoid double booking and help you with that day-to-day time management. Lastly, within settings, under practice policies, you're able to add your own, use Headway's template as a base for you to build on, or you could even upload your own document for electronic signature. Moving into your clients list. So in the clients tab, that's where you'll find all of your active clients. Any client that you see is verified for scheduling means they're eligible to be seen and billed on Headway. If clients are maybe, taking their time to fill out those requirements, it's really easy to just nudge them directly through the EHR to have them complete those setup tasks. Clients get into Headway one of two ways. If a client were to find you through Headway's marketplace, so if they're on headway.com, I know we have some California providers. So we'll say, for example, I'm a patient that lives in California. We'll say I'm coming to Headway. We have a ton of concerns here. For this example, we'll say I'm coming in with relationship issues. Hit save. I can then filter all my insurance. We'll say for this example, I have Aetna, and we'll have Find Care. Awesome. And based on that profile you created, assuming you match that criteria, you would show up as a clinician on our directory here. And if I'm a patient, I can even filter down a bit further just based on when I'm free, what my ethnicity might be, and more. If I looked at Caroline's profile, thought it was going to be a good fit for me, as a patient, it's really seamless for me to check out your profile and book a session. When I book a session through Headway's directory, we help walk that patient through adding their insurance, adding a good payment method on file, and signing our compliance form so they can be set up for success prior to that first appointment. When a client comes through the Headway directory, they'll automatically show up then in your client list as verified for scheduling, and they'll be on your calendar ready for that first appointment. However, you may be sitting here thinking to yourself, I have a whole, full list of clients. I would need to add them into Headway. Easy. We give you two flexible options for adding existing clients into Headway. You can hit this Add Client button. You can either import, or you can just add clients manually one by one, in which case all clients get a welcome email from you to complete their account on Headway. We mentioned that Headway takes care of everything, right? Billing, admin, insurance. We verify that insurance for you. So if you click on the client, you get full insight into what their benefits look like. So under billing, If I were to scroll down to the pricing section of the client's account, it'll tell me as a clinician exactly what my patient is financially responsible for. So if they have a copay or a deductible, it'll be fully spelled out here. So there's no guesses. I know all of us can just relate on the patient side, not knowing what our insurance benefits are. We take the guesswork out of it for you. And then you'll find under the client's clinical tab, resources for you. So these are our two forms. They're of course required for Headway's compliance purposes, but we also provide other intake documents and templates you can use for ease of just getting started and making sure you're compliant. You'll also find assessments. So we have some of the basic standard assessments that you can send out to patients to help monitor that quality of care. All billing will be done from your Headway calendar. So after your session's been held, you'll go to your Headway calendar, you'll click on the session, you'll hit confirm session details, and this is where you go to essentially submit the claim in the billing. So you'll put in the actual start and stop time of the session, you'll select that session location, indicate where the client joined from, select that billing code, which this is a searchable field to make it really easy for you to find that right code, as well as the diagnosis code. And then we make it super easy for you to maintain your HIPAA compliant progress notes. We actually have templates here built out to take the guesswork out of compliance for you. For example, you'll see here our standard SOAP note, extremely comprehensive and making sure that you meet insurance standards. When you use Headway's templates, you even get the option to pre-fill that note from a previous session just to help with the continuity and efficiency of note-taking. You could also upload your own note if you did have a specific way you like to take your notes, but you could meet with a member of our clinical team to ensure you are meeting insurance standards. And then, of course, like I said, we're here to be a supplement and a tool, not a replacement. So if you're sitting here thinking you're already using an existing EHR and you prefer to keep your clinical documentation there, we do offer that flexible option for you. You'll then hit confirm session. At that point, we charge your patient for exactly what they're financially responsible for to their payment method on file and get it to the insurance company for you. And for you, your payment's done. You're done. Billing's done, you don't have to think about it. That session moves to your payments tab, where you'll actually be able to track your upcoming earnings. A couple of other areas, you can message directly with your patients within the Headway EHR. Insurance status, this is where you'll be able to track your credentialing timelines. As mentioned, most insurance plans will have you up and running within 15 to 30 days. But maybe a year goes by and you end up moving to another state and you get another license. You're able to easily add that license in directly from your Headway account and also get you credentialed in that state. At any point in time, you always have access to our Help Center. Our Help Center is an all-inclusive one-stop shop to help you feel really supported on your practice journey. Within our Help Center, we do have knowledge-based articles that really separate things out based on where you might be in your Headway journey, general, providers, clients, but most importantly, you have our customer support team. These are real professionals here at Headway that specialize in insurance, credentialing, billing, clinical compliance. All you have to do is submit a quick contact form, and a member of our team will help support you within 24 to 48 hours. So you're never sitting alone in your private practice. You're here with Headway. Last couple things to cover here. We touched on a bit throughout this webinar, our Headway Academy. To just give you a quick glance into what this looks like, here are all of the courses you have access to really make sure whether you're brand new to private practice or already established, maybe you're looking for a refresher, these courses are here to support you. We have it separated out by onboarding, clinical quality, marketing, compliance, and even psychiatric prescribing. You'll also find within our Headway Academy Resource Center here, events. We mentioned you can sign up for specific events to support you in your practice. Again, we want this to be collaborative. We want it to feel like you and I are sitting at a table together, building your practice. And so we have our events tab here to help you connect with other clinicians, whether it be you have a specific billing coding question, or maybe you're just looking for a bit more marketing support, you have access to these webinars here. And lastly, our continuing education credits, as mentioned, you'll be able to see the full list here of what is offered for you for free. And then lastly, I want to touch on one of my favorite parts about Headway is our provider referral program. This is an additional asset that you have to your practice to help you make extra cash, but also help out some friends while you're at it. We've grown to 45,000 clinicians through, as you can imagine, just word of mouth. Clinicians tell their colleagues about Headway, and so that's how we've been able to grow. And because of that, we actually pay our providers a bonus to say thank you for helping us spread our mission, grow our network. The more clinicians we have at Headway, the more we can do for you to make this an even better experience. So we actually pay our clinicians $350 for any colleague that they refer to Headway that comes on board. And your colleague gets $100 when they hold their first session. So it's a double-sided win to say thank you to both of you for helping us all get connected. So I'll go ahead and stop there. That concludes our product demo. I know we went through a ton of information. Just a reminder that after this call, if you were to book a meeting with a consultant like Bree or myself, they'll go much deeper into detail with that. But let me just share my screen here again. Awesome. Over to you, Bree.
Amazing. Thanks, Callie. It's so nice to see that visually. I don't know about you. I'm such a visual person. So to be able to dive deeper into that, that was amazing. But now that all of you have seen our platform in action, I'd like to quickly cover the steps of getting started with Headway. The first step is to meet your provider growth partner. During a meeting with your advisor, you will discover all the ways that Headway helps materialize your private practice goals. Then, step 2, begin credentialing. As we mentioned earlier, we help providers get credentialed with insurance plans. We partner with a process that takes as little as 30 days. Step 3, start seeing insured clients. Clients can book their sessions right on Headway, or you can also easily bring over your existing clients. Either way, you benefit from Headway's hands-free eligibility checks, copay collections, and guaranteed payments every 2 weeks for all of your sessions. And lastly, step 4, earn $350 for referring new providers to Headway. As Callie mentioned, it's a great way to help out your friends, to help out your colleagues, but also word of mouth. It's amazing to see how far we've grown our network through that. The person you refer will also get a bonus for joining and seeing their first client as well. As you can see, Headway makes working with insurance easy and profitable for providers, and we do it all without charging a monthly or annual membership fee. So how does that work? Our vast network of providers like you make it possible to secure better rates for everyone. Because we're the nation's largest network of providers accepting insurance, we're able to secure enhanced rates for our sessions with insurance plans through integrated partnerships. That enhanced rate is passed on to you as a provider, and a small part of it's retained by Headway in order to keep our services and platform free for our clients and our providers to use as well. Our first priority is paying providers competitively, so Headway doesn't earn the same amount across the board. It varies across license type, states, insurance plans, and of course, billing codes. Whether now or in the future, myself or one of my colleagues would be happy to chat one-on-one about how you can partner with Headway to build your best practice. All
So
right.
gonna move into the Q&A now. I know this is always a great opportunity now that you've heard a little bit of this information to ask a question. So feel free to use that Q&A chat box. We have some team members here that'll help answer those questions, but Bree and I will also help address some of those live. So we do have our first question. So growing and expanding a caseload is one of my main concerns in going solo. I've heard that Headway might be best for clinicians that already have a caseload, even if it's small, or have a current referral base. Are referrals through Headway being improved? Amazing question, Jennifer. This is very common with what we hear from providers, going solo. It's that initial fear of stepping your foot out of what has been something maybe stable for so long. These are typically actually my favorite clinicians to work with at Headway because it's such an exciting opportunity. You've worked so hard for your credentials. Now it's time to take control of that. Get the autonomy you're looking for. And actually, most importantly, you get to market yourself to the type of clients you want to work with. I hear all the time clinicians are like, I am now working with anxiety patients, but my bread and butter is actually, relationship issues, whatever the case may be. Private practice gives you that flexibility and autonomy to market yourself in a way that you'd like. So to answer your question more specifically, are referrals through Headway being improved? That is one of our major 2025 initiatives, is to really help get quality referrals for you. We want to connect you with patients who need to meet with a clinician like yourself. And so something we are investing in this year is physician partnerships. So we hope to be able to start to bring even more quality patients to you. As we work to invest in that, your direct provider consultant at Headway will also work with you to develop a marketing game plan. We offer some resources to help you get started, one being a Psychology Today stipend. So that is typically where the majority of our clinicians have built their caseload. When you're able to market yourself on Psychology Today that you accept insurance, you'll really see an uptick of outreach there. And so your dedicated consultant at Headway would help you craft a really strong profile that's authentic to your voice. Outside of that, there is more of an in-depth marketing call that you would have with your growth consultant to chat through where is your ideal patient? How can we find them and how can we speak directly to them? So hopefully that answers a lot of it there. But again, I know a consultant here would love to work with you more specifically one-on-one to figure out how we can help you have a sustainable practice.
So many great tools mentioned there that we're able to have, and so many amazing things to look forward to for this year to support there as well. We've got another question in the chat from Shirley. Thank you, Shirley. Does Headway work for in-person? How does this look? Absolutely. Headway does work for in-person. I know Callie was able to demo the platform there for you, but you're able to add any addresses there so that clients can easily book an in-person session with you if you're local to the area that they live in, and you're able to run your practice smoothly as well. We also do support group practices here at Headway too, and I know we have a session later this week to discuss a bit more about what that looks like. But yes, definitely supporting with in-person work.
Awesome. Love that, Bree. Yeah, you can definitely add your in-person location directly into Headway. So for clients, their day-to-day experience feels the exact same. You just know that you're billing through Headway. Awesome. We have a question from Kristen. How do we learn more about the pay range for different insurances? Do we get an estimate prior to credentialing or signing a contract? I'm new to this. Totally hear you, Kristen. It is fully transparent here at Headway. So based on where you're at and where you're located, when you meet with your practice consultant at Headway, they'll be able to tell you exactly what the partnerships look like in your state and share with you what those rates are. So you know all of this ahead of time before moving forward with Headway. I will say the majority of insurances do take 15 to 30 days to get credentialed. And so that's kind of a blanket credentialing with some of the insurances that we have partnerships in-house with. But your consultant can dive deeper into your specific state and what those contracts look like.
Thanks, Callie. That's so helpful. Another question from the chat. I currently use Simple Practice and I would be really curious to know more about how to use both systems or if they can be integrated somehow. My concern is the potential for increased time and workload if I need to run multiple EHR systems and keep track of different systems. Can you talk more about Headway's EHR? Absolutely. Yes, we definitely have the tools to help support you with your practice in several different ways. We do have a lot of providers that continue to use Simple Practice with Headway as well. So you can definitely use our tools in both ways. Some support that helps with Simple Practice integration is that you can add your Simple Practice calendar into Headway so that you can avoid any double bookings or anything in regards to that piece. Most providers that use Simple Practice with Headway, they decide to keep their notes, off of Headway and on Simple Practice. We make it really easy when submitting your billing information to just click I keep my notes elsewhere on our platform when you're billing each session. So make that part really easy too. But if you want to use our tools, we've got a lot of great tools to support, including templates that are really easy to use that I know Callie discussed a little bit more about, and assessments as well, PHQ-9s, GAD-7s, all of those pieces to help support with your practice.
Awesome, Bree. Yeah, we definitely get that question a lot. So would love to work with you on balancing multiple EHRs. Awesome. We have a question from Kimberly. How and why are you completely free and for how long? We are free. There is no catch. I know it feels like nowadays nothing is free, but I can assure you that Headway is free. I know we touched a little bit on it in the webinar today, but Headway truly thrives through our insurance partnership. So the insurance companies are paying Headway for the value we bring them by strengthening their provider network and increasing the healthcare outcomes of their members. So it's truly a mutual beneficial relationship where everybody wins. We want this to be such a peace of mind tool for you. And we know cost is a big factor when it comes to starting out a private practice. So we are free and are staying free.
Yes, the way it should be.
Yes.
Question from Angela. Does Headway provide an online platform for telehealth sessions, or do I need to provide my own online video provider? We do not provide an online platform for telehealth sessions. However, we've got some amazing tools that are free for you to use that your consultant can definitely go over to support your practice, whether that's through Psychology Today's sessions telehealth platform, or if that's through another option like DoxyMe, we definitely have support there to help you run your practice.
Awesome. Next question here. Can Headway still provide support with self-pay clients so they can all be under one system EHR? Or would I need to maintain my Simple Practice EHR for my self-pay clients? Great question. This is super common when we partner with clinicians that already have a very established practice. Absolutely. So you can bill your cash pay clients on Headway if they don't have insurance or if they have an insurance that we cannot credential you with. In that case, you get the opportunity to bill that client as self cash pay on Headway. You determine what that amount looks like. I know a lot of clinicians have a set fee or a sliding scale. You'll set that up in Headway. That is the only time there's a cost incurred to you to bill through Headway. We have to pay our payment processor for those cash payments, but your consultant can review that with you further. And then you have the option of whether you'd want to, consolidate into one EHR and have your cash clients through Headway, or you could continue to bill them through Simple Practice. So you really get that flexibility.
Amazing. That speaks volumes to the support that our consultants provide here too, to best equip you with the tools and the resources for your practice when getting started. Is payment for sessions guaranteed even with delayed or denied claims from insurance? Awesome question. We also get this all of the time as well. And sessions through Headway, it's guaranteed payments. So you never have to worry about those pieces. Now, if a claim is denied, we definitely will have some questions to support you there so we can continue moving forward. But in terms of payments, it's the 15th and last day of every month, and they're guaranteed payments.
Awesome. Another question here. I'm licensed in more than one state. Can Headway assist with credentialing in the states I'm licensed in, or do I need to choose just one state for paneling and credentialing? You can get credentialed on Headway in any state that you have a license in. I actually just onboarded a clinician that was licensed in 7 different states. So we now have her credentialing rolling in all 7 of those states with all of the insurance partnerships we have there. It's one of my favorite offerings at Headway because it's a great way to really grow your practice and continue to see long-term success.
7 states, that's awesome.
Yes.
Increasing access to care.
Mhm.
Okay. What is the approximate time to get paneled, and can you start with one insurance and add on later? Approximate time for most of our insurances that we partner with is 30 days. It's pretty quick. Now, in terms of adding one insurance and then adding on later, yes, that is definitely a possibility. I'd share more with your consultant to see what best fits your needs overall.
How do taxes work with Headway? Are we considered 1099 independent contractors? That's correct. So you would be a 1099 independent contractor of Headway, leveraging us to just funnel your billing through.
Can I use Headway on the side as supplemental income, or do I need to use it full time? Definitely any way that fits what you're looking for. Flexibility, autonomy, that is key here at Headway. So if you're looking to utilize our services as supplemental income on the side, that's perfect. If you're looking to utilize our services for full time, that's perfect as well. Whatever works best for you.
Yeah, I always love that. I work with so many clinicians that simply use Headway to see one or two clients on the evenings or weekend when they have some extra availability, just to be able to fill some of those gaps in their workload and have that additional income as well is always a bonus.
Absolutely. Yes, and some clinicians will have a full-time position not being able to see clients face to face and they just miss it. So they just join to be able to meet with clients and spend time working on their practice and continuing their own goals as well.
Absolutely. Any other questions? Feel free to throw them in the chat box, Q&A box, I mean. Awesome. So I'm seeing a question on what steps would I need to take to accept Medicare and Medi-Cal? So currently at this time, Headway is able to support United Healthcare Medicare Advantage clients, so more of the managed side versus your standard government fee for service. So if you were interested at this time in accepting the Medicare fee for service or Medi-Cal, we don't have partnerships there established just yet. So you would need to continue to explore that off of Headway, but we will certainly keep you updated on our growth. As mentioned a bit in this webinar, that is a huge focus for 2025 is to continue to establish more of those partnerships to deliver more access.
I am so excited for that. It's going to
Yes,
be,
huge need.
yes, absolutely. Okay. Awesome. Okay, last question. Are there contract expectations with joining Headway and getting credentialed? What does the credentialing process look like? So, in terms of contract expectations, of course, we want to make sure that provider responsibility is at top of mind for everyone. So, we will have a contract to be able to sign to make sure that our clients and our providers are protected as such. Now, when it comes to credentialing, you are credentialed under Headway's contracts, which means that gives you access to our increased and enhanced rates with Headway too. So, with the credentialing process, what happens is once you've completed our intake form, we send that over to our credentialing team and they handle all of it for you. All that you have to keep track of is your insurance tab to take a look at the date in which you'll be credentialed. And then once you are, you're ready to get started.
Awesome. Well, it's been so fun hanging out with all of you and getting to know you. It sounds like you're all on a different journey. Some of you well established, some of you just getting started. And I know Bree and I are excited to learn more about each of your individual goals. So definitely look out for that follow-up email coming soon with details on how to just dive a little bit deeper into your specific needs.
Yes, we're so excited to support you. Come join us.